So in this video, I wanted to talk about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I just recently played through the game on stream and really liked it. I think it's a great game, and I think it's definitely worth the money and the time to play through it. But I thought I would make a video giving why I think um, it is worth the money and the time to play through. And before I go any further, I'd just like to clarify that there will be no spoilers in this video. All gameplay is taken out of a tutorial, and any part that would be critical to the story or in the story development has already been taken out, so there's no need to worry about that. And second disclaimer real quick before I start, I just want to clarify, this is an opinion. Whether I say it's amazing or not doesn't really mean much. It's up for you to decide that. I'm just trying to make that decision a little bit easier. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Let's start out with the pros. First off, the game is absolutely beautiful. It is a stunning game. I really enjoyed the graphics of this game, the scenery, the world design, the level design, the intricacy of it all working together. I think it was phenomenal. Definitely one of the best parts of the game. If you are buying the game, I would recommend playing on ultra settings if your console or PC would allow it. I personally was only allowed to play on medium settings because I was streaming at the same time and I couldn't put it quite out at the output quality that I wanted. But regardless, the game still looks phenomenal, whether you're playing on medium or ultra. Second, the character development in this game is amazing in my opinion. I really appreciate the time and effort they put into it. Unlike a lot of games, they don't just throw in random characters that don't contribute to the story or don't mean anything to the story. It seems like every single character that you are introduced to that said they have meaning actually had meaning. Their backstory, their personality, where they came from, where they go, Cotton Eye Joe, all that kind of stuff actually meant something. And I really appreciate that because it means that these people I'm talking to, these people that I'm traveling around with, etc., actually have something to do with the story and give me a reason to want to know more. Third and finally is the gameplay slash combat, and I personally am a big fan of it. I love the fighting, I love the executions, I love the cinematics, I think it makes the gameplay really enjoyable. Now in saying this, it is a little repetitive. You do have a distinct group of combos that you can use, and you unlock different groups of combos as you move on, but besides that, it's not infinite. Like every game, there's a cap. But in saying this, the one repetitive thing that I am not a fan of, that also leads me into my cons list, is this right here. Walking through these tight spaces and sliding through them. It drove me insane. I cannot stress enough how much I hated this mechanic. The sliding and the climbing and whatnot in other games I can deal with. And this game has some of that too, but it's actually interactive. The climbing through the pipes, you can only go forwards and backwards, and it's just a time filler. And I understand, game companies need playtime, they need extra game time. I understand that. But this is just so boring to me. And if I could remove one thing out of the game, this would be it. After that tangent, finally, my other con of the list, and my last con of the list, is some minor customization things that I would like to have seen done differently. You get different outfits and whatnot, and I don't want to spoil too much along the lines of it, but there's just more customization that I would have liked with my character throughout the game that I think would have made it more interactive in a sense and give you more sense of freedom in what you're allowed to wear, but that is a very minor detail. But since we're going along the lines of things that I would like to change and things that I didn't like about the game, I thought I would go ahead and include it. So, in summary, for my pros, number one, beautiful game. It was absolutely stunning. Number two, well thought out character design. I really appreciated this aspect of the game and think that the developers did a great job. Third, it had fun gameplay. It's just a fun game to play. It's fun to run around whacking things with a lightsaber. Now, moving on to cons. I feel like some of the combat can be very repetitive. You use the same combos over and over again, and if that's something that bothers you, that's something to take into consideration as you're thinking about buying the game. Secondly, the filler of squeezing through a small gap, whether it be pipes or a small hole in the wall or whatever it is, can be very obnoxious. As I showed, it just it happens all the time. They use it as a filler over and over again, and it is my least favorite part of the game by far. And third, a very small con, I would have preferred some more minor customization changes, just different things here and there to give you more freedom over what you look like and what you want to wear and etc. And like I said, this isn't a big deal, but it's something that I would have liked to have seen in the game. With all that being said, I really enjoyed playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I think it is a phenomenal game and would recommend it to anybody looking to buy it and play it. I believe that the pros heavily outweigh the cons, and I hope that this list slash review type video also reflected that. Along those lines, if you liked this kind of video, please let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, that's all I got. So thank you for watching the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.